When I was attending the reveal event for Black Ops 4, myself and a lot of your other favorite zombies content creators got a chance to talk in depth in a casual setting with Jason Blundell and Craig Houston. During the course of that several-hour conversation, a lot of things were talked about and brought up. I asked Jason to explain the history behind the creation of the 5 Zombies map from Black Ops 1. He told that story with a grin on his face. Now we know why, but among the topics brought up was that of new game modes within Black Ops 4. Now at the reveal event, Jason Blundell revealed the Rush game mode, and when I pressed him for details about that mode, how complex is it going to be, how excited should we get about this new mode, he kind of said, wait, you know, it's just a mode that you can jump into right away, it's competitive, get some zombie killing action going, but it's not going to revolutionize the zombies experience. When he was asked why we didn't see different game modes in Black Ops 3, things like bringing back grief and such, his response was he didn't feel like he got the right formula down yet, that if he brought out a mode that he felt like wasn't to its absolute utmost standard, that people wouldn't really play it that often, and that whole work that went into it would kind of go down the drain. That was his philosophy about the mode. But he also said that Black Ops 4 Zombies was designed to be flexible, that it would allow for new modes to be added into the game for Treyarch to experiment and try out new things. Well, recently, the ending cutscene to Classified has gotten a lot of people talking about what an 8-player Zombies map would be like in Black Ops 4. At the end of that cutscene, we get direct interaction between Primus and Ultimus, 2 of the most prominent crews within the Ether storyline, which has left the community speculating that we'll see both those crews interacting with each other once again in a future map. And the way that some people are suggesting that be done is by implementing an 8-player Zombies map to have 2 separate crews, Primus and Ultimus, or heck, it could be any combination of the 4 different Zombies crews we have in either storyline right now. Ultimus, post-Revelations Primus, which is speculated to be the version we see in the Classified ending cutscene and then later see in Richtofen in the Blood of the Dead ending cutscene. We have the Primus crew minus Richtofen from Blood of the Dead. That leaves only 3 characters. I'll be posting a video about who the 4th will be shortly, and then Victus, totaling 4 different Zombies crews in the Ether storyline right now, playing at the same time cooperatively within a match. Now, this has been done within Zombies before, albeit not through conventional means. Back in Call of Duty Black Ops 2, there was a glitch where on Transit and I believe Nuketown Zombies, you can get 8 players in a single cooperative Zombies match. Now obviously this was done via a glitch, so the game itself is going to be a little bit glitchy, but it's a good way to watch and get a taste of what more than 4 players in a single Zombies map is like. And for all Transit's faults, 8 players in that map fits pretty well, whereas let's say 8 players in a map like Classified would be extremely cramped. But let's run with the idea that what Treyarch is planning to do is to have some kind of 8-player Zombies map. 1 team plays as Ultimus, 1 team plays as Primus. Well, there's a few things that need to happen if they decide to do that. The first is obviously game stability. There's no point in increasing the amount of players in a Zombies game if that means the subsequent amount of crashes will increase as well. If the game can't support 8 players in a match, don't make it 8 players in a match. Hard stop. But if Treyarch's playtesters and bug squashing team really does a good job on patching the base game to make it work without crashing at higher rounds, then maybe we can be hopeful that they'll squash these bugs moving into the DLC season for a possible 8-player map. The second big issue is they have to streamline the process of getting into and while you're in a public match in Zombies. Now I'm sure a lot of you guys playing Zombies don't always have 7 other friends online ready to go right at that point to hop in a Zombies game with, right? The only way that you're going to consistently fill up 8 players into a Zombies game is going to be through a public match. Now what you're watching right here is actually a public match I recorded last night, but I spent over 10 minutes just trying to find a 4-player game up Blood of the Dead. The first time it couldn't find anybody, the second time it lost connection to the server, the third time it immediately lost connection to the host, the fourth time it put me into a game with one other person that we sat there together in the lobby for around 5 minutes and nobody else joined, so I had to leave, and then finally I was placed into a game in progress on the 5th attempt. That is way too much time and effort to just get into a straight 4-player game of zombies. If they're going to increase it to 8, they need to streamline that process. And along that point, they need to enable and streamline host migration in zombies so that if the host leaves during the game, which is more likely to happen if there's 8 players, then they've got to figure out a way to accurately migrate that host to another player without there being some really weird glitches occurring in game when that happens, as it does in Black Ops 4 currently. Those things out of the way, we can start to discuss some hypothetical details of an 8-player zombies map. The first would have to be map design itself. 8 players in a single starting room would kind of be a cramped disaster, I think. It would seem that it would be much better designed if they implemented a system similar to Verrückt, where 2 teams would start in opposite starting rooms that are not able to be connected to each other and have to open several doors along different pathways before they're finally able to reach a point where they're able to interact. This would make the early game feel much less cramped and enable probably a lot less kill stealing than would occur if 8 people were cramped into a single starting room. The second aspect that Treyarch would have to figure out is how cooperative would this 8-player map be? Would it be so that everybody can revive everybody, you see everybody's points listed on screen like you could in the transit glitch? Or would it be a little bit more limited where you can only revive members from your own crew like Primus or Ultimus? And you can only see the other members of your crew on the actual HUD rather than all 8 players. The design of the overall map would play a big part in this too. With 8 players, you need much more wide open spaces in certain areas rather than tight small corridors that people can start blocking passageways if they go through across and things like that. Transit, for all its faults, was a pretty good example of what an 8-player zombies map could be. Just because it was so expansive, it had those wide open spaces to accommodate a bunch of players battling zombies in different areas of the map. And finally, there's the biggest question of them all, and that is, how would Easter eggs work within this 8-player zombies map? Can it be done solo? Do you need at least one person from each crew? Is there some kind of alternate Easter egg if all 8 players are in the game and do a certain thing? These are all big design decisions that would have to be ironed out before Treyarch would attempt an 8-player map. Now personally, I'd love to see them try it. It would be something totally new within zombies. 8 players on a zombies map would be insane action. That would be just a lot of fun. However, Treyarch and Jason Blundell have been very conservative in the past in terms of trying totally new things in terms of the base mechanics for zombies. Figuring out the various aspects of all the questions we raised in this video is a lot of work, and that might be a little bit too much work for a single DLC map that they'll just try something on. Then again, if there was ever a time for Treyarch to try this, it would be now in Black Ops 4. Treyarch has the biggest ever zombies team devoted to DLC development that they've ever had. Jason has said that they've split up their team into DLC development, into adding new features into the map, and into squashing bugs. 3 separate teams that when combined result in the biggest zombies team ever. There's rumors out there that Black Ops 4 is Jason Blundell's swan song, his last major hoorah before moving on to either a higher position within the company or to different projects or something. And if that's the case, I truly hope he goes out with a bang. He's left a permanent mark on zombies. Black Ops 4, and specifically this DLC season, is his chance to innovate once again, to set up zombies that is something nostalgic and interesting for older players, and innovative, new, and exciting for new players. The only way zombies is going to survive in the long term is if we bring in new players into the mode. And it could be that having 8 players in a map, 7 other teammates, will reduce that barrier to entry as you have more people to help take down zombies and revive you and carry you throughout a matchup. We know that people from Activision and Treyarch actively monitor feedback, videos, and posts about zombies from the community. Therefore, I'd strongly encourage you guys to leave your thoughts on whether you think an 8-player zombies map is a good idea down in the comments, along with some other ideas on what you'd like to see if an 8-player zombies map was to be made in reality. But remember the caveats I said earlier. It would mean that the game would have to be stable before they decide to do it, so just take that as a given before you share your thoughts. But that wraps up today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to tippity tap that thumbs up button down below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I want to give a huge shout out to everybody in the notification squad with that bell icon turned on. You guys are absolutely awesome, and I'll see you with another Zombies news video tomorrow. Peace.